Well, I was talking to Gary Smith this morning, and he was saying that there's 5 or 6 really good teams at the top, and he expected from the draw. I mean, Hayabusa they're used to leading from the beginning and not conceding any rounds. Gary reckoned from the draw and from the quality of the lineup here that's not going to happen, and that probably in the first half of the meet, then one or other of these other very good teams will take some points. You know, will win a round or two here off Hayabusa. It says the rounds that favour them are coming up towards the end of the meet, but then there are also the rounds that favour airspeed too. So it's all going to stay very exciting.
We're into the AA category now, and this is Fly Spot Chicks Poland team. They had a little competition in Poland last week.
And these guys, they won the single A competition at the beginning of the year, and they've just made the step up into AA. Very nice to see. And next we have Ericot AK Demi 2. From France, and again, this is one of the young teams with the training the squad of youngsters. They're getting so much applause and appreciation from the crowd of competitors out there who are all wishing the same as I was. Why wasn't I doing that at this age? And what's so great about seeing these youngsters is that they're not just in there flying, they're also competitive. After this team we're watching now, Ericot AK Demi 2, they were in second place at the end of round 1, joined second place with the Fly Spot Chicks. And that's in a field of 8 teams. So really phenomenal to see them, to see that young people can not only compete in the competition with the grown-ups, but can be competitive and can beat them. So we've got a sport here where there are no barriers. Men, women, old, young, it really doesn't make any difference. It's all about how you fly when you get in the tunnel, and that's open for everyone.
Yeah, some of these younger flyers are really making the mark, aren't they?
Yes. So this is the Hurricane Factory Chicks, who were in the lead after round 1 and a score of 23 points to Ericot's 21. Hurricane Factory have also come up through the ranks. They started off in rookie. They were quite controversial. I remember when they won in the Body Flight Challenge competition 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But then fair play to them. They've gone through single A and now they're in AA. I'm sure we'll see them.
So people were saying they were too qualified for the rookies, were they, at the time?
Yes, they won by a massive difference. I can't remember, but something like 40 or 50 points.
Yeah. But they stuck with it.
But they stuck with it. It's quite a strange. We used to have qualifications for entering, which was all about jumps, didn't we? For which category
juniors,
you could enter.
Intermediate, seniors.
But it becomes impossible to police when you're talking about tunnel time.
Yeah.
And it was actually ending up that some teams were not training so much so that they could stay in a lower category.
I suppose it comes down to
counterproductive.
a judgment call from the judges in the end, doesn't it? What they think. I mean,
well, now we've got. I think peer pressure is always the best, because there's no point in if you win a category or if you're on the podium, then it's time to go up into the next category.
Yeah.
And if you stay in that category, you only get ridiculed by your peers, and nobody likes that.
No.
There is nothing that means more than the adulation of your peers.
Yeah.
So in general, it works very well to get people to move up the categories when they've exhausted it. With the Hurricane Factory Chicks, then, although they entered rookies and they were way ahead of the other teams, they do work in the Hurricane Factory, so they have a lot of free tunnel time. But at the same time, they didn't have many jumps.
No. Well, that was another Czech team who's visited BS. Now we've got the second of the Brit teams, Expat Fury. Just in the door there now. It's great to get that shot of the exit entrance. we've seen, even on the A category, not many teams just walking in and setting up the first point. Everybody's trying on the door, aren't they? Pete Allen was saying last night he would prefer to see some of the lower experienced teams just to take a bit more care with the door. They don't want to be getting injured as they come through. Yes,
I think it was just encouraging them not to feel that they have to do the same as the big boys, if you like. It's very horribly visible, a tunnel competition. When you're in the sky, there's a lot more places to hide. There's nowhere to hide here. It's like a great big goldfish bowl. The audience are there, and it does add a certain amount of pressure. And I think he just wanted to take that pressure off the less experienced teams.
Yeah.
Going back to what we were saying about who should be entering what category, I think here that the judges, normally it's peer pressure, but I think here the judges are looking out for the teams because there's prize money at stake.
Yes.
So there's nothing like prize money to make people maybe compromise their principles a little.
That's right. Yeah, especially for the double A category, that would be a potential. This is Vertigo, UAE team, a couple of Emirate pilots in there.
I think we've also got an expat there, yes?
Yeah. Alan there with the orange grips is putting a lot of effort into canopy piloting these last couple of years. He did the advanced category at the DISL last year. I think he moves into pro next year. That's his plan.
And great to see him going across discipline and doing this as well.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see as we're going down the level of experience that you can see that these teams are in the right category.
Yeah. They've been trained by Craig quite a lot over the last few weeks.
It's kind of a strange order to do it in, isn't it? To have the best first and then go. It might be. If we started with a single A and then went up, then you would maybe appreciate the top teams.
Maybe. I mean, there's two ways of looking at it, isn't there? I think a lot of it's to do as well with some people are doing multiple disciplines. Some are doing 8-way and some are doing dynamic as well. Maybe that's how they've tried to work it. I wouldn't like to attempt to put together the program, to be honest.
Yes, me neither. It's easy to criticise in our seats, isn't it?
This is Bahrain.
And they were in single A earlier on this year,
yeah.
Coached by Aaron. So they've only just learnt some of these double A blocks. They did very, very well at the competition at the World Challenge this year.
And I think a lot of their stuff they've been doing is actually been skydiving, isn't it? They haven't trained that much in tunnel, have they not?
Yes, correct, because they've only just opened a wind tunnel in Bahrain. Other than that, these guys have been coming over here to fly in Dubai, but wind tunnels springing up everywhere. The new one in Bahrain is just about to open. So that'll give them the opportunity to build on this double A, and I'm sure we'll see them in triple A next year. There's Aaron.
And this, as we can hear, a twin otter launching from Skydiving Dubai. Just over the road, we've got the Azar girls.
And again, constant team member changes.
Yeah.
They lost 2 people last year and had to bring in 2 new flyers, and then since then they've got another 2 new flyers again, which makes it hard for the team to progress as an average. But on the good side, we're always bringing more people in the sport, and Alona's doing a great job with the training. Brought in as a coach, and she always seems to end up in there flying with them to make the numbers up.
New family as well, little boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Husband Billy. Right after this, we're going to the 4-way A category. 11 teams in that.